in case you've not been chronically online, there are side-by-side comparisons going around for the PS5 Pro. Because if you missed it, they're doing like PS5 Pro unboxings on certain outlets and channels. I mean, it's literally like a console in a cardboard box. Like, I don't understand why people would be that interested in an unboxing, but maybe they are. I don't know. IGN posted this. The guy's wearing a glove for some reason. Guys, it's not, this is not a Patek watch. You know, this is not like a $200,000 piece of jewelry. I don't think you need the fancy, like, actual glove treatment. What does he say? Maybe it's like, maybe he has like an infection and that's why he's wearing it. Let's see why he says. I haven't actually heard why he says he's wearing a glove.
You're thinking, why is this guy wearing one creepy black
I am wondering that.
glove? Well, that's because I've been told I have very greasy hands, and so in order to get wonderful beauty shots and not have my producer yell at me, I got these black.
That's so much worse than if he was just like, that's so bad. How bad does your like hand hygiene have to be that your producers were like, people can't see those. You cannot have those things in the shot. It will offend the masses. That's so stupid. Wow. Poor guy. What mean producers. Like, I don't have pretty hands. My hands look like hands. They're not particularly gorgeous, but I cannot fathom being told. Like, imagine Jacob is like editing videos. And I'm like, do you have any notes for me? Anything we should change in the uploads as you're editing them? Like, is there anything that stands out? Well, Luke, you know, the content's solid. We're talking about stuff people are interested in, you know, but your mitts, man, those things look straight up like salad fingers, and it's offensive to at least 3 senses. I cannot fathom that. That's this. I don't know what I was expecting him to say why he was wearing a glove, but that's so much worse.
That is inside this box, as well as the vertical stand over here. And you might be thinking, why is this guy wearing one creepy black glove? Well, that's because I've been told I have very greasy hands, and so in order to get wonderful beauty shots and not have my producer yell at me, I got these black latex gloves. So let's get started.
Okay, whoever the producer on this is, give that guy an apology. Okay, that's just mean. That's just me. Next video, I'm gonna be wearing gloves. We'll have to do that. If I do like an unboxing for a new, like the Switch or the PS5 Pro or something, I'll wear gloves in solidarity.
These are the PlayStation 5 Pro, and I can't see because I'm short. We have the PlayStation Spectrum.
So to be clear, if he was just like, hey, we don't want smudges on the black shiny plastic. Okay. Being told by your producer that you have greasy hands. That's so mean. Okay. But they're doing unboxings for them. These things are out in the wild. People are showcasing the side-by-side differences. Honestly, if you want to see side-by-side differences, again, IGN, you guys make such stupid little mistakes for being a channel with 18 million subs across their whole portfolio of like all their channels and stuff. They probably have over 100 million subs. You are doing an unboxing for the one big piece of hardware of the year, and it's in 1080p. Already, like, what are we doing? This is 2024, not 2014. Secondly, it's so like, I don't understand how anybody could justify. It's so stupid. Like, you guys should be doing this at the wild, crazy, honestly, even if it's a 4K video, export it at 8K. It'll be like a 150 gigabyte file. But if it's a big enough video, you can justify it. And the higher bit rate will greatly help showcase the differences in the footage. Because this is so compressed, it looks like downright bad. But anyway, don't let me tell IGN how to do their jobs. So that's out there. That's a thing. Now there are side-by-sides going around showcasing games, including games that have not specifically been PS5 Pro enhanced, because there's a toggle in the menus specifically to make like PS4 games enhanced or regular PS5 games enhanced. This is the same thing that the PS4 Pro did, where it also had like an enhanced button or enhanced option for backwards compatible games that were not specifically like developed for the PS4 Pro. And it just kind of usually increased the resolution. If there were a frame rate cap that it could easily toggle off, it would do that. But here we are with the Bloodborne side-by-side that everybody's been waiting for. And to be clear, this will not improve your frame rate in Bloodborne, okay? So all we're looking at are resolution differences, post-processing differences, stuff like that, that the console's automatically doing. Nothing else is going on. This is the side-by-side, as you can see as I sweep it over. Now, on the stream, you might be like, Luke, it's the same picture. There is some difference in the fog. That might just be the time from when they captured the two images, because it's like the fog effects go and like move across the screen and the map. So it probably is not even an actual difference in the settings. I do think there is a difference if we look up here. So like if we look on this lamppost, if you really try, like maybe a little, but here's the deal. If we pixel count, I'm pretty damn sure this is the same number of pixels. I think what's happening is there's an additional sharpness filter going over top. Maybe that's the pisser technology or something. But even if we are like pixel peeping and counting, I don't think it's making that big of a difference. What I'm seeing is a change in contrast and a change in color, not a change in like specific sharpness. There's other tidbits here, like as you go across his head, the hair does appear sharper, but again, that to me looks more like a sharpness filter and a lot less like improved resolutions. Maybe on the cloth, you can see there's a little more texture there in the back on the second one, more so than you'd see with just an increased sharpness, but it's really damn hard to tell. And this is kind of the big thing to take away from this. If you have to zoom in, enhance 4 times to spot the differences, they're probably not that big, okay? And that's okay, because this is not a PS5 Pro enhanced game. This is a game that came out 10 years ago, close to it at least, and it has not been specifically reworked to take advantage of the new hardware. This is just an automated kind of back-end thing that the PS5 Pro would do to try and enhance it. Is it $700 good? No, not at all. But I don't know of many people that are buying the PS5 Pro to replay Bloodborne barely sharper. You know, I don't think anybody's really doing that. If you're gonna do it, it's to enjoy the games that are specifically enhanced for the PS5 Pro. Even among those, there's not a whole lot of difference between them, but let me see if I can find, I think they've done side-by-sides The Last of Us to PS5 Pro. Yeah, the Digital Foundry video talks about it. I guess that's the best we're gonna get, where they'll show like the side-by-sides, and honestly, it does look better. They definitely have done some enhancements, but again, like this is one of those things you're only really going to appreciate it for one, of course, if you're playing on a 4K TV. If you're playing on a 4K TV that is large enough for you to see the differences in these different things. I used to sell like home theater systems when I worked with Magnolia Home Theater, and many years ago. But even back then, when 4K was breaking onto the scene and the PS4 Pro was just coming out and was blowing up, even back then we were telling people, unless you have like a 65-inch, 75-inch TV, you probably don't benefit that much from the PS4 Pro, other than like the enhanced frame rates if the game supported it. With this, like the PS5 Pro, the step and improvement seems almost all resolution related. And so if you don't have a big enough screen, you're probably just not going to really enjoy much benefit, just transparently and frankly. I could lie to you and be like, no, it makes a total difference all the time. It's cutting edge technology, but that's just frankly not true. This is one of those technological steps that requires you to take other steps in tandem. In the same way, like you can buy yourself a freaking RTX 4090, but if you don't have a monitor that's capable of like handling the 4K 120 FPS signal or whatever, that thing's overkill. If you're trying to play a game on a 1440p monitor with that, like that thing is overkill for what you're trying to do. You can still buy it if you just want to flex on people. That's fine. But you're probably overbuying for just raw power. But having said all this, like, I'm sure as time goes by, we'll see improvements. We'll see reasons to justify the PS5 Pro's existence. And my stance has always been like, right now, the PS5 Pro might not make sense for most people. For some people, maybe it does. If you really like some of the games that are specifically enhanced, then yeah, sure. And if you have a lot of money and you're kind of like me and you love spending frivolously, then sure, maybe go for it. But for most people, I don't think this makes a lot of sense for them today. In a year, to play Ghost of Yotei enhanced, it could make perfect sense. If there's a GTA 6 enhancement where it renders, instead of natively at 1440p, it can render at like 1680p or something, and so it's a little bit sharper, maybe then you can mentally justify it. But for the most part, I don't think this makes a ton of sense for most people. That's my personal stance. And some people were thinking that it would overhaul PS4 graphics to the point where that would justify the purchase. And honestly, I just don't see it. To me, I see the fog has changed slightly in between screen caps, and I see what looks to be a sharpness filter put over top. I don't really see much else. Maybe with the text, you can see a little bit of sharpness improve. But again, like it's really hard to say whether this is worth $700. So to be fair, if you guys are watching the stream, you're watching this double compressed. GSLI does a good job of doing the side-by-sides on these things. But having said that, like, can I grab it here, go up? Like the lantern, you can see there definitely is some increased sharpness and stuff. I think that one, I'm more convinced that there's a resolution improvement just on the detail around the kind of filigree on the top. So I would say that I wouldn't be surprised if it's more than just a sharpening filter. But I think it's doing both in tandem. I think it's sharpening, over sharpening with the PSSR, and then it's slightly increasing the resolution. But again, if we're doing this side by side on a freeze frame and we're like, I think it's better, it's probably not that much better. So anyway, we're going to be seeing lots of unboxings of the PS5 Pro in 3 days, I think it comes out. We'll see more this week, people talking about it. If you bought it, cool, good, like props. We're probably going to unbox one and do something with it. I don't know. But as for most people, I think that it probably doesn't make a lot of sense. You know, if you do this for a living, maybe you can justify it mentally. Or again, if you just like burning money, sweet. But if you are somebody more casually enjoying games, it's kind of hard to justify. That's my perspective, at least. But do what you want, and I will support you, or I'll make fun of you. One of the two. It really depends. It really depends on the day. Oh man. Oh, no way. I was just talking about the unboxing stuff. Jor did an unboxing. Dude, he's got the connections. When's he gonna do the unboxing? Is it just gonna be the white box inside? Yep. Yeah, looks like a PS5. I swear, man, like these things used to be like, you know what has amazing packaging? The Meta Quests. Yeah, no gloves. ... Have you guys ever opened a Meta Quest like headset? Their packaging is brilliant. Their packaging is like weirdly satisfying to open, and it's like, ooh, that's so cool. I wonder if they have like Meta Quest 3 unboxing. Like everything fits perfectly into its little slots. Everything is perfectly and precisely cut out so it fits snug inside. They have the paper cups holding everything properly. Like it is so satisfying and well packaged and put together. Same with the like 2. It was just really, really well done. But like so much, like now you open an iPhone and it's just sitting in a box. Like it's just so boring. It's just there, you know? The art of well-packaged stuff, it's gone, man. It's gone. And what's stupid is they're like, oh no, it's to be environmentally conscious. That's why we removed charging bricks and cables and headphones, and we made the boxes smaller, and we stopped packaging it well so it gets broken if it falls. Like, that's why we did all of that. It's like, are you, maybe it's to be environmentally conscious, but it really seems like you're just trying to cut costs, you know? Really seems that way. I have a sneaking suspicion it's just to cut costs, and you're just saying that it's, you know, you got your get out of jail free card for doing kind of an anti-consumer thing. And you're just like, well, it's for the environment, so shut up. You know? I mean, to be clear, I think you should cherish the environment. I think you should take care of it, all that, you know, blah, blah, blah. Absolutely agree. But like, again, if you're going to remove like charging cables, or if you're going to remove headphones or charging bricks from your cell phone, that's $1,200. We all know why you're doing that, okay? Like, don't lie to me and be like, no, it's actually because of the trees. It's like, no, it's not. Don't piss on my back and tell me it's raining. I know you're pissing on my back, okay? I know what's up. Hate modern fancy boxing. Bring back boxes and boxes of poor color print. Or like, honestly, I have like a weird like appreciation, and I sort of miss the old unboxings from like the late 2000s, early 2010s, when like if you opened a cardboard box, you were going to get one of those cardboard box paper cuts. Those things, those paper cuts were like being cut with a machete from hell. You know, those were different. And nowadays, like it's like a plastic infused cardboard they use in these boxes. I don't even know if I have anything around that's packaged like that. But like it's too safe. It's too safe. Make unboxings dangerous again. That's what I'm saying. That's what I think we need. That's what I think we need. That we can finally get this country back on track. Once we get that figured out, okay? I think that's when we'll be okay.